The Prime Minister, Mamata Banerjee has dialed the governor. As the Prime Minister was speaking in Jayanagar, Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, has dialed Governor of West Bengal, Jagdeep Dhankar, appealing to him to ensure free and fair elections. The governor has responded to Mamata Banerjee. That's the breaking information we're getting to you, assuring her that issues have been imparted to the concerned and that the elections will be free and fair is what Jagdeep Dhankar, the governor, has just said in response to Mamata Banerjee's escalation to the governor. So that is an issue that will continue to develop. Mamata Banerjee has had a rocky, turbulent relationship with the governor as well. She's accused him of being impartial, but she has complained to him about free and fair elections not taking place, and the governor has responded, assuring her of his consideration. Subir Bhaumik with me live once again. Subir, I'm sure you heard what the Prime Minister said in his speech just now as well. All of this happening while Mamata Banerjee has escalated the situation to the governor. Do you think that Mamata Banerjee is going to be compelled to respond to what the Prime Minister said? Because he spent 25 minutes just attacking her specifically.
Yeah, I mean, she will respond to him on the charges of, cut money and tolabaji and all that stuff. But the Prime Minister was not just making accusations. He was, of course, attacking Mamata Banerjee and her government, but he was also trying to promise what difference, the BJP can make. And one very interesting thing I thought was this whole business of direct transfer. This whole allegation of tolabaji or cut money comes in because the benefits from the various schemes are not going directly into the accounts of the farmers or the beneficiaries. They are going through the local administration where the intermediaries, the Trinamool sort of political people are playing a role. So this whole culture of direct transfer, this was a very important point he was trying to build. And I think this will have resonance with people, especially where he was speaking, was an area which was affected by Cyclone Amphan. So one of the strong allegations in that area, and I know this for a fact, is that Didi made all the efforts to reach money there, but some of our people there who are very corrupt actually, sort of took cuts out of that. And this is a strong allegation. And therefore, the Prime Minister was raising this issue where it matters in an area which is affected by cyclone to make a strong case for direct transfers into bank accounts, leaving out the intermediaries, the tolabaj or whatever they call it. So that's, I think, a very important point in a rural constituency, in the area which is pretty close to Sundarbans, and then he, of course, also said that local products like Joy Nagarer Moa, it's a damn good sweet, I can assure you of that. And of course, Bengalis, we love sweets, okay? But the Prime Minister also loves sweet, as I found out from Sheikh Hasina recently. Because when he goes to Bangladesh, he is a vegetarian. So they feed her a lot of good Bangladeshi sweets. And then, the honey, the organic honey of Sundarbans. So, these are things that are going to resonate with local people. You see, much as Rahul Srivastava, my good friend, talks about Prashant Kishore and his advice to Mamata Banerjee, the BJP also has a pretty good research team, which are feeding Mr. Modi with local details, which he delivers in a very sort of, flowing manner. So it's really an interesting battle. It's a battle of high-pitched oratory. And of course, you can see the theatrics and the antics in PM speech. Oh, Didi, as if he's in some kind of Bengali folk theater, So it has all the elements of the high voltage masala that my friend Rahul Srivastava has been talking about. You have allegations, counter-allegation, counter-attack, and then you have the masala, you have the antics, the theatrics, and also the specifics. So nothing has been missed out here. It has both the symbols and the substance. So this is really a pot boiler of an election, which every journalist in their right mind would love to cover.
True. Yeah. And we're enjoying it as well. The violence is horrible, and we wish there wasn't so much violence and bloodshed.
For someone who has seen 60 deaths in one day in 1971.
No, I hear you. I hear you. This is a state where political violence has become, part and parcel of the electoral process.
I hear what you're saying. It, man. Both here in Bangladesh, it's part of the
absolutely. In fact, let me tell our viewers about the violence that has happened just today. Violence in the second phase of this election in West Bengal. BJP election agent Tanmoy Ghosh's car was vandalized in the Keshpur area of West Medinipur by Trinamool workers. A woman BJP worker was also beaten up by alleged Trinamool workers, leading to her hospitalization. Verbal face-off erupted in Debra between Trinamool supporters and BJP candidate Bharati Ghosh's team. While Bharati Ghosh alleged that Trinamool goons are capturing the booths, the Trinamool workers accused Bharati of bringing people from outside to create a ruckus. Gundas from the outside. Bharati Ghosh also alleged that Trinamool mobs are creating fear psychosis in Bengal because this is a fight for their survival. The Trinamool has hit back by saying that the BJP's Bharati Ghosh is giving cash to voters outside polling booths. Actor turned Trinamool Bankura nominee Shayantika Banerjee claimed that Bharati Ghosh is openly violating the poll code. Here's some of the things that they've been saying after hours of tension and violence in the area.
क्या सिक्योरिटी फिर तो जमायत है फिर तो देखिए जमायत हो रहा है क्या सिक्योरिटी कुछ सिक्योरिटी नहीं है वेस्ट बंगाल में तो सीआरपीएफ अपना काम नहीं कर रही क्या सीआरपीएफ पोलिंग बूथ का अंदर में उनको जो ड्यूटी दिया गया है वो कर रहा है लेकिन हमने इलेक्शन कमीशन को पहला दिन से बोला कि देयर इज अ फियर साइकोसिस बीइंग क्रिएटेड बाय द गून्स
2 घंटे से हमारे वोटर्स वोट नहीं कर पाए यहाँ पे ईवीएम मशीन दोनों ईवीएम मशीन नहीं चल दे वर नॉट वर्किंग द ईवीएम मशीन्स वर नॉट वर्किंग हियर एंड 7 बजे से वोटिंग चालू हुई है यहाँ पे बहुत एल्डरली बहुत जन थे वो लोग काफ़ी जन वापस भी जा चुके हैं मैं बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ मुझे पता है कि बंगाल और बांकुड़ा दीदी को ही वोट करेंगे दीदी के लिए ही वोट करेंगे शायद इसीलिए दोनों स्ट्रांग बूथ पे ईवीएम मशीन्स 2 घंटे से बंद थी
Paulami Saha live with me from Nandigram. Paulami, just a few hours to go for the vote in Nandigram and the rest of the seats as part of phase 2. What's happening right now? Because things have been pretty tense. Mamata Banerjee continues to be inside that polling booth where she's keeping stock. She's been escalating this entire situation. She's raised it to the level of the governor as well. We've just heard one of the Prime Minister's most fiery speeches as well on, aimed at Mamata Banerjee. What's going to happen next, Paulami?
Well, Shiv, obviously, like you said, the situation has been escalating up until, about noon today. It seemed like, other than some of the allegations that both parties were making against each other about proxy voting, about threatening of voters as well, the process seemed to be smooth. And then came news of the attack on Shubhendu Adhikari's convoy. Shubhendu Adhikari and his team of security personnel, of course, escaped unhurt. A media van came under attack, as a result of which some of the a couple of media persons suffered a few injuries as well. And then, of course, Mamata Banerjee stepping out from her residence finally this afternoon and then going and camping at the Boila primary school, where she says that there has been a lot of fake and bogus voting, and she dialed the governor as well. The governor has said that he has taken her concerns on board and, of course, escalated it to the concerned official as well. We're just waiting to hear from Shubhendu Adhikari on this, but charges have been flying thick and fast as well. Mamata Banerjee, of course, has gone on to say that she will also take legal action in this matter. Will she challenge the polling process here in Nandigram, specifically in relation to at least 9 or 10 booths that the TMC have identified already, escalated the matter to the Election Commission earlier today. One of those booths was polling booth number 7 at the Boila Primary School, where she is right now. And, of course, now with her sitting there and dialing the governor and making calls, and the poll observers also reaching in order to have a word with Mamata Banerjee. Clearly, the situation is extremely serious and grave. Whether the TMC will, of course, let it go at this, that remains to be seen, Shiv.
Things very, very tense. Polomi, thanks for joining us with that live report. Indrajit Kundu is also with me from that polling booth where Mamata Banerjee entered a short while ago, and she still continues to be inside that polling booth. Indrajit, if you can hear me, take us through what's happening right now. What's going to happen next? I'm pretty sure Mamata Banerjee will want to respond to what the Prime Minister said. But what's going on where you are?
Well, Shiv, if you can see the live frame that I'm trying to give
we can.
through Skype connection, Mamata Banerjee, you can see is still in the frame. She's sitting there. She's talking to the police observer here, Nagendranath Tripathi, who's come here. She's talking to other senior police officials here. She can say that the locals here have not been allowed to cast their vote, and therefore, she's saying Nandigram is hitting international headlines because of the kind of polling that has taken place here in Boyal. And Mr. Tripathi, who is the police observer here, trying to convince Mamata Banerjee that everything is fine. And
Okay, we're having a bit of a problem there with the audio of Indrajit, but these images tell you everything about what's going on. You can see Mamata Banerjee sitting in her wheelchair there, speaking to some security personnel. I think they're from the police. She's briefing them or getting a briefing from them on the current situation. So these are once again, exclusive pictures coming in from that polling booth in Nandigram, where Mamata Banerjee has refused to budge from there. That's where she dialed the governor from. That's where she said, made the allegation that security forces are not allowing Trinamool supporters to vote. And that's where she will perhaps now be taking this briefing from the police, or briefing the police on the security situation before, I am sure,